I have great pleasure in attending this program, and Honorable Justice has raised a pertinent question that we are all Indians, why we need to celebrate. And he has also explained the need to celebrate, but this question is important, that why Honorable Prime Minister under the Shresth Bharat, Ek Bharat scheme has given this direction to all the Raj Bhavans to organize the state days of various states during the year. हम क्यों ये राज्य दिवस मनाते हैं? I think the reason behind this can be best explained in the words of a great son of Bengal, great son of India. We all are proud of his legacy, and we all are inspired by him, not just now. Every leader of the freedom movement has paid glowing tributes to Swami Vivekananda. सब ये कहते हैं कि उन्होंने पूरे देश में एक नई ज्योति जगा दी. Swami Vivekananda, in the light what he said, and he never claimed any originality for his thoughts. His thoughts were basically, this is what he has always said, they were rooted in the ancient wisdom of India. Vedanta, more specifically Advaitvad. While explaining what is the purpose of life, he said, generally it is presumed that purpose of life is pursuit of happiness. He said, no, this cannot be accepted. He said, purpose of life is pursuit of knowledge. Tapa swadhyay nirittam. Because if it is neat pleasure and happiness, then who will stop me from oppressing or harming others in order to enhance my pleasure, personal pleasure? And there's a beautiful line, Saksharo vipri tatve rakshaso bhavati dhurvam. Education is only a means of empowerment. These empowered people have hurt the humanity more because in the absence of higher values of life which come through sanskar, one becomes selfish. Ambition is very good thing if we have to move forward. But if ambition is uninspired by an ideal of character, then man becomes rogue. So then ultimately he was asked, I am not going into detail, he was asked, then fine. Purpose of life is pursuit of knowledge. What is the purpose of knowledge? He said the purpose of knowledge, and remember, you will have to keep in mind all other things which he has said. Where he says that I shall go to the church of a Christian, I will go to the mosque of a Muslim, I shall go to the Zoroastrian temple, I shall go to every place of worship. Because he said they all are seekers of the same truth. So you have to keep that in mind. And what he says, what is the purpose of knowledge? The purpose, he says, that the Indian tradition asks us not to tolerate the diversity. He says this word is blasphemy. Who are you to tolerate me? You tolerate the antics of a child. Shall I practice my faith or whatever I believe in because of your grace? No, certainly not. He said we do not tolerate. We accept and respect every tradition. And we believe, as ancient India believed, that diversity itself can become a great source to strengthen our unity. And all people should not be confined to a single interpretation of reality. And India made a proclamation of eternal truth millennium back. Right from the plains of Sindhu and Ganga and Kaveri and Pampa and verdant forest, this proclamation was made. Ekam sad Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. So what he finally says, he says that we have to respect and accept all diversity. This is our duty. But don't stop there. Accept it, respect it, but don't stop there. The purpose of knowledge is to develop the capacity or ability to see the real unity behind apparent diversity. We all appear different. But Advaitavad tells us, Vedanta tells us that we are all the highest ideal which India has set before itself, Indian sages, which was brilliantly explained by Swami Vivekananda, keeping the needs of the time in which he lived. He says that you have to develop this capability to go beyond this apparent diversity and see the real unity which comes from oneness of being, ekatmata, yada bhuta pirthak bhava, mekasthamanu pashyati, tat evacha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. Every other person is your own extension. Like we are not able to see the waves on which our sound travels when we talk on mobile. So we are not able to see that connection of the Atma with these eyes. But if we try to study Vedanta and internalize that teaching, then we will realize that we are all interconnected through Atma. Only to emphasize this great ancient Indian tradition and to make people conscious of that. Yes, there is diversity. Bharteshu Striya Purusho Nana Varna Prakritite Nana de varchane yukta, nana karmani kurvate. The people of India, women and men of India, they worship different gods. They follow different customs and rituals. So these are diversities which do not affect our real unity. In fact, respect for this diversity strengthens our unity. And possibly that explains the longevity of Indian culture. Why other cultures which were contemporary of Indian civilization, they have disappeared. The Greece almost occupies the same landmass which it occupied during its heyday. So is the case with Egypt. But their ancient civilizations have become subject matter of the study of scholars. Indian civilization is a living, continuous civilization. Possibly one of the reasons of the staying power of this civilization is the way we accept diversity. And possibly Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, when he said, the same sentiment you will see behind what he wrote. He said, I love India. No, not because I cultivate the idolatry of geography, not because I had the good fortune to be born in a soil, but I love India because she has saved through tumultuous times the living words which issued from the illuminated consciousness of her children. This is what. In fact, I may also, for our Renaissance, the whole of India owes gratitude to Bengal. We have been awakened by these great illustrious sons of Bengal. Otherwise, India was sleeping. So I would like to quote one more illustrious son of Bengal, Dr. B.K. Sanyal, who was class fellow of Swami Vivekananda. He was Vice Chancellor of Mysore University. In his book, he has used a beautiful phrase. He himself has coined it. India ever aging but never old. Nit Nutan Chit Puratan. India is ancient, but the weakness which is associated with the old age, it does not come near India. And that is why India has been compared with the Vedantic concept of Atma, na jayate miriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuve. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamani sharire. Commenting on this verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, great Adi Shankara, he has said, Eva, he has used the word Pura api nav evati purana. It is Puran, but it keeps refreshing itself. It never becomes old. It is Puran. It keeps refreshing itself, renewing itself. And I personally, I should come to that little later, but generally in our tradition it has been asserted that education is not merely acquisition of some knowledge, some facts. No. Tad dittiye janma. You should be a changed person. I do not know whether I became a changed person after my university education, but certainly right from 1980 when I started my study of Swami Vivekananda, I kept changing continuously. My attitudes changed. My worldview changed. For me, it was Ditya Janma. Absolutely no doubt. So I would like to give you my best wishes on this day, and I would like to conclude with a quote from Swami Vivekananda, who said, "I do not look into the future, nor do I care about it. But one thing I see clear as life before me is that Mother India has awakened once more, sitting on throne more glorious than ever." Meaningful words, because he says, proclaim this to all the world with peace and benediction. India's power does not mean that India will hurt ever anybody. India's power will bring peace and benediction to the whole world. I give you again my best wishes. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.